live NBA rundown time, runpuresports.com. I'm your host, Brett Astaire, joined as always by Tyler Hicks, and we brought in the Thursday crew. Kurt, chilling at one of his mini girlfriend's house. He played her a little piano last night. He's hanging out there. And if you guys get enough likes, we will unlock Meg, right? Meg is a character that you can't unlock right now. But regardless of the background, regardless of the lighting situation, we are very happy to have you here on the show. We had quite the show yesterday, right? Rubio Dime showed up, just slandered me right off the bat. I mean, just going straight at me, right? So he's already figured out the theme of the show. We had a great appearance there by the great Travis Mangone. So we've discussed these things. We're definitely really excited to get going, but I can't wait to hear what you guys are thinking. Meg, let's start with you. The games actually count. You don't have to go for the injury report. I don't have to ask Kurt for EuroLeague scouting reports to find out who these players are. We have an idea of what's going on. Are you excited for tonight in the NBA playoffs? And what are you thinking?
I'm so excited for the NBA playoffs. Like you said, it counts. Players going full minutes, stars, coming to shine, pushing some props. I'm excited for all. So I'm excited to obviously to break it down with you guys too.
All right, Kurt, how are things with you? We actually know these players now. We're not completely relying on you, but we're happy to have you here. How are things going down in Florida, and how are the EuroLeague streets treating you?
Yeah, so that night I told you I was going to sweat some guy play for Baskonia, which was Simon Fonticchio's ex-team. And the guy went for 40 fantasy points in the second half, and I shipped. So it was awesome.
Congrats.
You all bought the mojo. Yeah, it was awesome. So that went well. But, man, I love this play, and I think I mentioned it last week. I'm really excited to get it going again. I already had the playbook for this Miami game done at 9 a.m. So that's the game I fucking pounded the most. But I think the more on Classic, the more set game will be the Minnesota Lakers game. But that's okay. We'll still get some winners in showdown for the Heat game. Don't worry.
All right, we'll tail that playbook, and maybe you too can have a grand piano in your living room. Tyler, you took some shots at me before the show, but I'm sure the people in the chat want to see me get roasted as well. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I just had to, join StreamYard, join the link. The first thing I hear is you complaining on the day, and it wasn't even noon yet in West Coast. So just got to bring attention to that right off the bat, get you to stop complaining, because we got winners to find today, Spread. I got a couple guys that Meg and Kirk got to talk me out of clicking because it's like we talked about. There's no value on the slate. Mm-hmm. There's a couple guys you want to pencil in. When you look at them, it's like, I think this guy could be the value guy. So interested to see where they stand on all of these.
Yeah, I can't wait. I've already got 2 entries reserved for tonight. Looking forward to that, and we're going to find all the winners. And Tyler, I'll have you know that I usually start complaining around 6:30 in the morning.
I figured the moment you open your eyes and you look at the ceiling above you, you start complaining.
No, I'm really excited for the first 20 minutes. And then when I actually have to start working, I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go again. We got to run these numbers, figure out who's playing. But we're going to continue to win as we've done all year, and maybe I'll have a grand piano behind me soon. So let's dive right into tonight, and then should we do that, or should we get their general playoff thoughts first, Tyler?
We can get their general playoff thoughts.
Let's do that.
Yesterday, so we can run through
let's do that, and we will, and then we'll finish up with the plan. That way, we'll keep people here watching. Remember, runpuresports.com. Give us that thumbs up. Meg, so overall, we have a bunch of series already set. I guess just so we don't go over each one by one, who do you think is most likely to get the upset? Right? The Nets are plus 312, or actually, let me go to series special. This is just for game one. The Nets are plus 673 to win the series. The Knicks are plus 188 to beat the Cavaliers. The Kings are plus 231 to beat the Warriors, and the Clippers are plus 370. Do you see any upsets there, Meg?
Well, I'm supposed to piss you off, Spread, but I've already bet the Kings as the upset.
You did.
I honest to God did. I took Tyler's notes about hitting the Minnesota plus odds to not make it. And then when I was in there, I was like, well, let me look at the odds for each series. And I was like, you know what? if the Warriors don't play well at home, if I don't know. I just think that the Kings, can they're the higher seed, but I understand maybe why they're the underdogs, but I still like backing the underdogs in the Kings series. And it's not just to get on your good side spread. I actually believe it. So,
well, yeah, if you put your money where your mouth is.
I put my money where my mouth is. Yeah, exactly.
Lip service. Kurt, do you have any of these series that you think the underdog could possibly win? Joey Work was a little upset with us yesterday as we were picking chalk, but I said, in the world of sports betting, if you want to be a chalk bettor, the NBA first round of the playoffs is where to go, because it feels like it's one of the
I don't know if I have like a confident upset pick, but I kind of do like the Clips plus 2.5 games.
Oh, there you go.
Plus 2.5 games. I mean, I think they'll have to, they've had obviously had time to get some chemistry and stuff, but it's not been that many games, and it's not been playoff level games. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, the Clippers have been in shambles all year, but I think we can cover 2.5 games and just hope the Suns have a little bit of chemistry issues at first.
Tyler, our guy Rye Cape in the chat, right? He's been with us for a while talking sports. He thinks the Sixers get the sweep. What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, man, we talked about it yesterday. I will say we like our guy Rye Cape. There's a slight bit of bias in there with that Sixers team because he is one of our Philly guys. So he's backing his team. I think they win 4-1. I honestly think they drop game one. They just come in, they overlook the Nets, they shoot the three, light them up game one, and then they beat them 4-1. So that's my take on that series. I think it's 4-1.
I was listening to a Fun Spaces last night with our guy Coach, right? And they did bring up a good point because of the way the shooting is now. It's harder to get a sweep.
Yep.
Because you have those crazy shooting games and it just doesn't matter, right? And we've seen teams get hot for three.
It's not even a full game. It's just if you can – we seen it last year in that Miami-Boston series. There was that one game where I can't remember which team it was. One team couldn't get a bucket. The other one was just raining threes. And all of a sudden the score was like 28-2. And you're like, no matter what happens the rest of this game, they're not coming back. Like, this is playoff basketball. 27 points is a lot when you're trying to come back from that.
Yeah, so that's the tough part about betting those 4-0s right now is these teams are just so loaded up with shooters. If they get hot, anyone can pull the upset. Meg, who is your NBA Finals prediction?
Let's see. I've been going back and forth in the West, but I'm going to go Bucks and Suns pull it off with, Durant gets cooking through the playoffs. So I'm going to go Bucks Suns.
I think that's a great pick. What do you think, Kurt? Who's your NBA Finals pick?
I'm not going to bullshit. I thought about it a lot. I don't fucking know. Like, there's your answer. I'm not going to come on here and bullshit. Like, I don't know. I have no idea what.
I don't know either. Just to be clear,
Kurt, that's when you default to the go-to answer. Whichever team's the healthiest on both sides.
Oh, that's that. My dad used to do that to me when I try and talk sports with him. Dad, who do you think is going to win? Whoever scores the most points. Thanks, Dad. Nice conversation.
I want the Celtics because I'm a Celtics fan. So go Celtics. I think we win the East. Very confident in that. I have no.
Who do you like coming out of the West? And I'm biased.
I don't want to answer that question, Brad. Fuck.
Why did you become a Celtics fan?
When I was little, my parents were obsessed with Larry Bird. They always watched in the 80s. They watched that series. So they were Celtics fans. They were Boston sports fans.
Okay.
So naturally, I became a Celtics fan from birth.
So you grew up in Florida?
Yeah. I was born in Florida. They were in Tampa. So Tampa didn't have an NBA team. So they defaulted to Boston where they had family.
Yeah, much better than the Magic. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you had chosen that? Like
they weren't going to Magic games. Like they had season tickets to the Bucks in the 80s. So they weren't being Magic fans in the 80s. I mean, were the Magic even a team then? No,
I think the Magic got formed in I was alive.
Yeah, so
it's like 89 or 93 or somewhere around there. So. Someone in the chat tell me. Uncle T might remember that.
Spread one fun thing before we go into the games. I've seen a tweet that Luka was saying he's happy in Dallas. He doesn't want to leave. And everyone's trying to say he's pulling the Carmelo Anthony. And then I seen someone say, if Luka retired today, he's already a better career than Melo. What's your take on that?
No.
That's what I said too. I was like, there's no way. I was like, I don't care about the 4 all-NBA teams that he has. It's like Melo's 9th on that scoring list. Yeah. Like, it's just you.
I'd love a chance to slander Melo. I mean, completely.
I don't think that's the way you do it, though.
Yeah, I mean,
Thought
All
maybe
right.
I'd get some
Do you
pushback
have any
there.
questions for our panel here, Tyler? 89 was the year.
No, I mean I think we touched on it. We got their finals picks, their thoughts on all the other series, and we'll just get their thoughts on tonight's games. And we definitely need the DFS takes because there's a lot of money up top tonight, so we definitely want to ship something.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do that. And then hey, if stuff comes up during the show, right? We've been known to take a detour or two, right? So hey, if you guys, at any point, you just feel like, hey, let's.
One other thing I wanted to bring up. Did you see they've leaked votes for all the awards already, and some of the votes are in? And Evan Mobley has the most votes for Defensive Player of the Year right now. And he was nowhere near the top of those odds as the season closed. So if somebody had insider knowledge on that and just hammered that line, there's gonna be a big ticket out there on Twitter here soon if he wins that award.
I was reading, and some people were talking about it. A lot of you and I. Well, I'm not as into it. I have friends that they just talk about it all day. These awards, right? A lot of these voters are pretty lazy. They just pull up their phone at lunch, like Curtis right now, and they just kind of look like who's the best player on the number one defense, and they just give it to them.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I hear a lot of people defaulting to him. And they said a lot of people were just nitpicking the Jaren Jackson thing. Now they're going to minutes. They're like, he hasn't played enough minutes. Mobley's played over 1,000 more minutes than him. So that's where they're trying to make this argument now.
Wait, they're saying that Mobley's played 1,000 more minutes than Jaren Jackson?
Yeah, he has played that many more minutes. So that's why his name's popping up a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then they're using the Brook Lopez thing as he's not even the best defender on his team. Giannis means more to that defense than Lopez, and he's just picking off all the easy pickings that Giannis leaves them.
Over under 3.5 matches that Kurt gets on Tinder during this show.
I'll hit the over. I mean,
he's on mute, but
he's on mute because he's talking. he's got these girls on speakerphone.
Hammer the under. No, my boys are cooking steak and talking about God knows what. But hammer the under. Smash.
Right. Let's live in the beach life right now. I mean,
I love it. This
shirt
looks cool. He's tan again.
I love Florida Beach, Kurt. I think it's great.
Yeah, I was like 8-minute drive from the beach, so I was like, okay, I'll leave at 2:25 and get me back in time. And I took 8 minutes to get back. I'm like, well, shit. Now what I did? I just sat and ate some food.
Yeah, I want to be Kurt when I grow up. That is for sure. Let's dive into tonight. We talked about it a little bit yesterday, Tyler. This line hasn't moved. The Atlanta Hawks are still plus 4.5. This was 5.5 at opening. The Hawks took a little money yesterday, and it stabilized, at least offshore. Let me know if something changed. It looks like the total's gone up just a tad. Our total is 228. I know we talked about it a little bit yesterday, Tyler, but set us up. You're our betting guru. You're our prop guy. Hawks, Heat. Have things changed since we talked yesterday?
No, I mean, I still think the Heat pick up this victory. I think it's going to be a slugfest kind of game. I know the total doesn't point to that, but just looking at the Heat, it's like we have a whole series from last year we can go off. I know a couple things have changed. They played a playoff series last year where you've seen Jimmy Butler. They had PJ Tucker to help on the defense on Trae Young, and Bam was big on slowing Trae Young down too. So without PJ Tucker, I think Gabe Vincent becomes that third defender. I think he plays a ton of minutes tonight. He's going to be the first defender on Trae Young. And if his three's falling, which we know he can get hot from three, he's just going to play even more minutes. I think they go shorter on their rotation. I think it's maybe you see Vincent, Butler, Hero, Bam, and Strus start. And then the guys off the bench are Martin, Depot, a little bit of Zeller. And if you're going to play Kevin Love, it's less than 10 minutes because I think he's the weak point in their defense. I think he gets cooked out there. And you just kind of slow down Trae Young again. But the big thing on the Atlanta side is they haven't practiced it all year, it seemed like. But if you're doubling Trae Young, you get the ball to DeJounte Murray. He's another playmaker on the floor. You should be able to beat them 4-on-3 at that point. But they haven't ran many plays like that all year, so that worries me. But I still think it's a close game. If I'm picking the side, give me Atlanta plus the 5. But I do think the Heat win this game, and I like the under here. I don't think it gets anywhere near that 227. I could see this game being like 97-92 in the end.
Yeah, I was looking. I'll have to pull it back up. I don't think they went over this total.
None of their 5 playoff matchups last year. I know little roster changes have happened. None of those totals touched 227.5. I think the closest one came at 222.
None of these regular season games would have gone over this total too, right?
Nope. Yeah, love the under here.
Who has more hate? Me for the Los Angeles Lakers or we the people for the Miami Heat? What do you think, Tyler?
Definitely you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely you.
You're not there yet, we the people. Go ahead. What's up, Tyler?
No, it was going to Kurt. I was just going to say all we need is like a 0.01 point edge, and you're trying to fade the Lakers.
I mean, I can't wait to start fading them later tonight. But we're still talking about the Heat and the Hawks. Kurt, your thoughts here when these two teams take the floor? All right.
I had to mute it, dude. I had to mute it. So this is going to happen 3 more times. I'm sorry. Y'all can fucking throw tomatoes at me and boo me. Like, boo, you suck. It's true. It's true. I can't deny that. But yeah, I think the Heat stomping here. I just think it'll be too much. Have too much heart. At the end of the day, I can see it being close. I don't know if I want to bet it, but I do like the under here. I'll be low on the Heat next series, but for this game, I will take the Heat.
Well, of course, you're going to be low on the Heat next series. They're going against your favorite team, the Boston Celtics, who Tyler thinks the Heat have a chance to get the upset. Meg.
Freeze like that? I think he froze.
Yes.
Like that.
That was
Why did
great.
we screenshot? We should have gotten a good screenshot.
This is going to be a crazy screenshot. We have like the ghost of Meg here.
I know.
Right? Showing up. I feel like it's the ghost of Christmas past, telling me all the mistakes I made in my life.
Man, I was hoping I was still froze. That was awesome.
It was a great freeze frame. It was.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Message Rubio right now.
He said he can get a
you
like that.
You like that? All right. Meg, your thoughts here. Oh, it moved to 5 right now.
Oh, really?
People are betting the Heat offshore as we speak. Miami Heat are now -5. Your thoughts, Meg?
Well, I have to kind of agree with you guys in that I like the Heat to win. I don't really want to lay the points. You guys all know I love the player performance doubles, so I'm going to come at it that way. So I would take like the Heat and one of the player performance doubles, but I think the Heat win this game, move on, and then I like Boston in the next series. But yeah, I think you can load up on the Heat tonight DFS wise, and I definitely like to bet a Heat player performance double.
All right, well, let's do that right now. Draft now. I'm pulling it up. Meg, what is your approach to this game? Who do I need to be targeting? It's going to be tough to spend up for some of these guys, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was struggling. Well, to be quite honest, the reason I have a crazy background is I just got to my parents. It's draft season, so and I just got to my parents, just got set up in their office, and it's like I'm working on top of the sun. So I will get this resolved that I have a better background, and it doesn't look like the ghost of Christmas.
No, I think
coming
it's
at
fantastic.
you. It'll be better for future shows, I promise. But
if you go all winter today, you might have to do this every time.
Sweep the
if
board,
you go 5-0,
okay. If I sweep the board, we're rolling with this
if we ship
background.
100K tonight,
we're not messing with anything. We're not.
We just going full Wizard of Oz, like we're just putting her behind the cape. Like it's gonna be a black screen from now on.
You'll just hear our voice. No, but anyways, honestly, I was struggling, and I'm a little behind, and so I was looking at things this morning, and it's like, wow, it's like you said, it's tough to find value, but because I like the Heat, I do like, and I listened to your guys' show yesterday, most of it, I really like playoff Jimmy, so I definitely like coming at it from playing. If you're going to spend up Butler, I think the value plays. How many minutes do you think, if Lowry's a go, Lowry gets today? I wanted to get your guys' take on some things as far as other.
What do you think? 25, Tyler?
Yeah, that's my guess. Somewhere in there, 25. Maybe he touches 30.
Okay.
Well, then he would have to be playing very good to touch 30, in my opinion.
I think it's a tough matchup for him too, coming off an injury.
Okay. I was going to say, for value plays, I like Lowry and Kevin Love, obviously from the Heat side, and DeAndre Hunter from the Hawks side in this game. So that's kind of where I was leaning is Butler to spend up, and Love, Lowry, and Hunter as some value plays. Kurt might have some better takes for me because, again, I'm just like really digging into it this morning, and I was kind of struggling.
Kurt, you did the playbook for this game.
Yeah.
Give us don't have to give away everything, but kind of a brief synopsis of some of the players you're targeting and maybe some players that you're fading.
I'll start. I forgot the player performance double I like is I mentioned this in the Showdown playbook, but Tyler Hero, like he was very open this offseason about how shitty he was in the playoffs. it could have been a groin injury. He said even despite the groin injury, he played like shit. Am I still freezing? Fuck my life. Anyway,
we can hear you though, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, so 20 points, 20 plus points, Tyler Hero, Miami to win. I love that. And then also I like him in DFS 6,800s. I definitely want to have maybe two. Like I don't want too much exposure to this game, but I do want two of the big three from the Heat, like Butler Hero, Butler Bam, something like that for sure. And then for the value, I don't really think you need this game. I think Lowry could play possum again. It feels like he's done it 3 times where like you think he's just dust, dude's done. This one looks more selling. He looks done this year, but we'd be surprised if he comes out. He checks in, takes 2 charges, and all of a sudden it fucking jacks him up, little midget with a big ass, and he just goes on a roll. Like, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. Like, he gets 2 charges, he starts jerking off and just going off on everybody at 4K, and then he gets there. So I like some Lowry for value for sure. And then I think, I'm not taking Trey at 10K. It ain't happening. I guess for the Hawks, give me John Collins as my favorite for classic. And then for the showdown, DeAndre Hunter seems like a really good safe cash play for the Hawks.
All right, and just so you guys know, Kurt was talking about a basketball game when he mentioned a midget with a big ass jerking off everywhere. wasn't reading off his Google search history. Who are some other players you think might be overlooked here in this game when we're looking for some DFS value here? I mean, obviously we all know the strengths and weaknesses of the studs. I think there's players that could end up in the optimal that we could be overlooking, like John Collins, Bogdanovich, maybe a Caleb Martin, DeAndre Hunter. Who do you like in that kind of mid 4 to 6K range, Tyler, if we're making lineups?
Gabe Vincent. I mean, we talked about him to start. He's probably going to be the starting point guard for Miami. I don't think it's going to be Lowry. Hero's good on offense, but if this game starts to get out of hand and you got to play more of a defensive game and shots aren't falling, it's going to be Vincent on the floor to play some defense. You just look at his games against the Hawks, 24 minutes, 32, 26, and he's hitting threes in these games too. He's went 2 for 5, 3 for 7, 2 for 7, 3 for 6, 4 for 7. So he's getting volume too in these games. There's a 3+ threes, and they win the game at plus 370 as a performance double. I love that because I think he's going to play a ton of minutes. And if we talked about Lowry at 4K, if I can find the extra 500 and just go to Gabe Vincent, a guy I think is going to start and play 30+ minutes in this matchup, I think I'm going to play him. And I love the DeAndre Hunter call on the other side because you just look around at the Heat defenders. If Butler has to become that default guy to go to Trae Young, they don't have another big wing to cover Hunter. He should just be able to get whatever he wants on that wing. So love those two as the cheap guys. And I don't think I would mess with many of the Caleb Martins or the Victor Oladipos.
Caleb Martin.
I mean, Caleb Martin's the one maybe, but the one guy I think could get more run than people expect off that bench for Miami. It would take Bam getting in foul trouble, but it's not going to be Kevin Love. It's going to be Cody Zeller.
Oh.
He's going to see some minutes. He's going to get out there. It's just, you look at it, it's like they have to put a big out there to go against Capella and Okongwu. It's probably going to be Cody Zeller. But then at that point, you're playing the Bam foul trouble because Bam's going to play as many minutes as he possibly can in this matchup.
So,
and there's some 4K guys in the next game that I like. But go ahead, Kurt.
I will say, looking at individual matchups is not something I do, but for showdown, sometimes you just got to look, especially in the playoffs. We don't know what teams are going to do. But in the regular season, Caleb Martin was getting the Trae Young coverage. Now, Miami's entire game plan tonight will be to get Trae Young switched on Hero or Butler. Literally the entire game is what they're going to try to do. Those times they don't, though, Caleb Martin will have some Trae Young on him. So that's what happened in the regular season. That's what led to Caleb Martin having 2 of the 4 games, 20 real points. So I know he's shitty. I know he's annoying, but I just want to throw that out there.
And Hero working on, Young working on Hero in the regular season matchups as well, which was interesting. You want to have some Tyler Hero in your lineup if that happens again tonight. Meg, if Tyler is right and Gabe Vincent starts,
right,
do we worry about ownership? I mean, do you think everyone will flock there? Because This can be the only
can't worry
person in the
about it,
4K range starting, right?
I was gonna say in a 2-game, I don't think you worry about it.
Okay.
You'll still find your spots where you want to get some ownership leverage. So I don't think you worry about it. If you feel like if you feel like it's good chalk, then go with it. So
Right. Well, we the people loves talking about this game. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about on this game before?
Oh, I was going to ask Tyler real quick about the player performance double for Butler. Do you like coming at it more from like his assists or his points? I know they have like longer odds for a double-double. That might be pushing it. Do you just like coming at it from Butler's points? From just Butler specifically, Tyler?
Yeah, it would probably be his points more, just because they're gonna have the guards out there too. Could he facilitate a lot here? Yes. I don't really like playing his rebounds either, because you just see him in certain games. He just gets more hesitant to go inside. He hangs on the outside. So that 25 plus and they win at plus 102. I don't mind that.
Okay.
I think he gets to the line a ton too. Like if say, because I can't do them in Pennsylvania, but if you can get those prize picks or the underdog picks where it's like over so many free throws, Jimmy Butler's going to live on the free throw line.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to ask about you. I mean, you made some good points about some of the other guys from the Heat, but I was just curious about Butler specifically and his player performance doubles.
Gotcha.
All right. And we're not talking about the Butler that just finished cleaning Kurt's grand piano. We're talking about Jimmy Butler. All right, let's move on to the game that we've been waiting for. The matchup of good versus evil. But Tyler, is this going to be like The Empire Strikes Back? Are the bad guys going to win? Oh, you don't know what movie I'm talking about. The end of the first Avengers? I mean, there's some other movie where the bad guys win. Anyways, it looks like it's all set up for the Los Angeles Lakers to advance, for the NBA to get exactly what they want, and for the Los Angeles Lakers to be in the playoffs, taking on the Memphis Grizzlies, which, as much as I want to be a hater, that's a fun matchup. I'd argue this line's moved a little bit too far, though. 8.5 is a lot here, Tyler. I want to take the T-Wolves. Give the people just like a little bit of idea of what it's going to be like when we're making those tags. And I want to put an RPB tag next to T-Wolves plus 8.5. What do you think?
Yeah, we're not going to do that. I'm going to give the preview to the people on that. If anything, it's going to be a lean, because I'm not getting the message at 11 o'clock tonight when they're down by 40. You're like, why did we do that?
You'll get the message regardless.
Yeah, we're going to watch the Lakers.
And it'll be 8 o'clock for me.
We're going to watch the Lakers win this game, and they're going to be able to name their score. Like, who's going to – like, I get it. Everyone,
why do we think that?
Saying, but just look at how they match up. Everyone says, slow-mo can cover LeBron. Da, da, da.
No, he can't.
Okay, yeah, let's see it in the playoffs. I don't think he can either. Vanderbilt probably puts Ant in a blanket tonight. He's just going to blanket him. Yes. He's going to be able to slow him down. AD on Cat. I don't trust anything there.
Ant's going to be the best player on the floor tonight.
Yeah, okay. There's a guy named Anthony Davis on the floor spread, and he's getting guarded by somebody that can't play any defense. And the backups for those guys are Luka Garza and Nathan Knight. So there's no bigs for Minnesota. These guys are going to feast. You know how many free throws since that Boston game where LeBron got his arm pulled down by Tatum and they didn't call the foul call? You know how many free throws they've shot more than the next closest team spread?
Yeah, I know. Why do you think I hate this team?
Yeah, they're going to do it again. They're going to.
Yeah, because it's like watching WWE. I'm like, is Vince McMahon running this freaking league?
And Minnesota's a team that can't do foul trouble right now. They're short on bodies. And once they get 2 or 3 guys into that bench, those guys that come off the bench are going to be very bad. So this Lakers team's going to name their score tonight. We the People says it too. It's Vanderbilt. It's D'Lo. It's Beasley's revenge game. These guys get a little extra motivation.
But you know who else's revenge game it is?
Who?
Chris Finch, because he had to watch D'Angelo Russell be crappy on defense the whole season. And he's going to say, you know what? You tanked my defense a bunch of times. I'm going to go ahead and attack you over and over. That's right, Marshawn Lynch, over and over and over again. Anthony Edwards is going to have a great night, Tyler.
Yeah, maybe, but it's going to take about 30 shots, because even if that works 3 times in a row where it's like, oh, just get D'Lo onto Ant, you don't think LeBron's going to notice that and make some changes?
Maybe. He might.
Yeah.
He might not care.
Playoff LeBron now. Lakers name their score tonight. However you want to bet it. Halftime, full time. I'm just parlaying them with the Heat. It gets you minus 115. That's my bet for today. Both these teams advance. Both these teams are the 7 seed.
You really think they're going to win by double digits?
I think they name their score. I'm not messing with the spread. If I'm betting it, it's through a performance double or just knocking down the spread a little bit and parlaying it with Miami. I don't want backdoored on this, but I do think I think they could win this game by 15 easily.
Wow. Gosh. All right, I'm going to come up with something. I'm trying to think of a joke right now. My mind is not working. Kurt, what are your thoughts here? I want to take the plus 8.5. Tyler wants to bet on Walmart to defeat all the small businesses, all the people in Minnesota who didn't believe it could happen to them. Tyler wants to crush their dreams tonight. What do you think, Kurt?
Uh-oh.
Well, we're never going to know. If you can read lips, please. We need subtitles.
He warned us it could happen a few more times.
I got one more time.
At least
I got one more in me. I'm like Vince Carter. I got one more in me.
You technically had 2 more, Kurt, because you
Exactly.
said
You're good.
2 more in me. I think I'll ride the 8.5 with you. I'm not too confident, but I will put my hard-earned money on it with you. I think it'll be closer than what people think. I think the Lakers do handle business, but I think we can cover 8.5. So, and then for DFS, this is the game you want. Vanderbilt's cheap as hell. Like that's probably my favorite value. Troy Brown Jr. should see minutes. I'm probably rotating some of the other value in this game, like Beasley, Troy Brown, stuff like that. I don't know really who gets the most run. You don't need too many greasy values because they price it kind of correctly, but like LeBron and obviously for me, I would go Anthony Davis, but I'm not sure if I'll have enough salary if I do.
Don't you think you'd rather have Anthony Davis than LeBron?
Yeah, if I can get there, but I'm thinking the 300 might be tough on me.
Okay.
Pretty sure Anthony Davis averages about like 31 and 14 on Cat too.
Sounds about right. I feel like everyone averages that on Cat though.
Very true.
Meg, what are your thoughts here? Are you willing to join me in standing up against the evilness that is the NBA referees and the Los Angeles Lakers working in tandem during the NBA playoffs?
I mean, I don't know if you can see me, but no, I
know you're on some John Cena today.
I can't. You know, I bet your Kings, but I can't support you on this spread. I'm on Tyler's side here. I like the Lakers to win. I think they'll win easily. I think they'll move on. I think Minnesota's a disaster right now. I took Tyler's bet about Minnesota not making the playoffs at all. I'm on Tyler's side on this one. I like Minnesota in a big way. I probably still, because I do, you guys know, love the player performance double. We'll approach it that way with Lakers player performance double. But no, I am on the Lakers today. Sorry, spread.
That's too bad. I mean,
am I not good enough? I'm not good enough. I'm coming with you.
Yeah, Kurt's with you.
No, I'm pretty excited about that. But,
no, I don't think so. It didn't seem like it.
I was mentioning it. I was just on mute. You couldn't hear me.
Fuck you.
I mean, you guys don't think that missing – so let's look at that last game, right? The Timberwolves are losing to the Pelicans, who suck. All right? I know you guys all love the Pelicans, but they suck. Then Baguette Biombo leads the game. The team is galvanized. They're coming together. You don't think that they want to go out and show, hey, this little like French guy that you have that keeps surrendering, we don't need him in the lineup. You don't think that this could potentially be a boost for the team?
I'm usually into a good narrative, but
I love that narrative.
I'm usually into a good narrative, but I'm not taking that narrative.
I throw that Pelicans game out the window because all you got to do is go look at how many threes they missed in that game. If they don't shoot 3 for 21 in that game from 3 as a team, they win that game. It's the only reason Minnesota was able to win that game. It doesn't have anything to do with Gobert leaving, their best defender punching a wall. Nobody outside of Brandon Ingram can get a bucket in that entire game.
Yep.
Kurt, what do you think? Missing the Frenchman, help or hurt the Timberwolves?
I can see both ways. I think he's a big stiff, but like they already play such shitty defense. A couple times he does bail them out there, giving them protection of the rim. But I mean, fuck, I hate Gobert. So
and the guy that always stepped in that meshed this team very well is
hurt
to step in.
Yeah, that kills him.
And then you're taking your all NBA, all defensive first team guy who shoots 40% from 3. He ain't playing either. It's gonna get ugly tonight.
Yeah, I wish
it's not going to get ugly. Anthony Edwards is going to be the best player on the floor.
They'll cover, but I really do wish
A
Nashville
Star
could.
is Born.
I
It's
think
a great
you have your
Broadway
your
musical.
showdown captain. You're doing
they
Ant
do.
and the captain for sure.
Oh, great call.
I need
There-
Travis's like.
I'm
alarm
helping you
thing.
build it for you, spread.
Yeah. 5-1 Timberwolves build.
Oh boy.
Light it on fire, Meg. Tell him. Climb onto that bridge behind you and just throw the money off.
That bridge behind you.
All right, Tyler. Any player props that you're targeting here?
I mean, I'm going right to the guy who's barking that he wants revenge, D'Angelo Russell. Point guard smashed this Minnesota matchup. They've done it all year. Half of those numbers are because of Russell, but the other half are because of an old man named Michael Conley. He's going to be the point guard tonight.
now we're bagging on old men.
Yes, because he can't guard anything. And D'Lo's looking for revenge. Love his points prop 17.5. The threes are 2.5. Love that also. Love his performance doubles, the 4+ threes, and they win 20+ points. I'm on all those. And if you want to take some shots on the AD ones, because I think he's the guy that takes over LeBron, they're 30+ points and they win. I think he just feasts tonight. I think it's one of those things you see him maybe start slow. Cat hits a couple threes. People think they got a chance. Cat gets
Are they
2
friends?
fouls. I'm not sure.
Didn't Towns go right after Davis? They didn't play together, did they?
No, they didn't play together. Towns showed up a year or two afterwards. They won the championship. They were bad a year, and then all those guys showed up. So he would
Towns
already
won the
been-
championship, though, right?
No, AD won the championship.
Oh.
Towns didn't lose a game until the Final Four.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember that story about how like AD they were playing and AD couldn't hit a shot in like the Final Four championship game, and like Cal went up to him and was like, just impact the game in other ways. And like AD said, don't pass me the ball. And he started blocking fucking every shot, stealing the ball, like went crazy without scoring a bucket. Like it, oh man.
AD
Awesome.
in college was just a different animal.
I mean, he didn't have to score to impact the game. It was just a plus.
Yep.
Who do you think is the best value for the Wolves? Dan's being rude, but we'll say which bench player do you think will have the biggest impact for the Timberwolves? What do you think, Tyler?
God, I wish I knew.
That's a tough one.
Played.
I'm gonna
They're
go.
going to run short rotation,
I'm
right?
gonna go with a shot.
That's
in the
why
dark
5-1
spread.
Timberwolves is looking money.
I'm gonna go with a shot in the dark. Jordan McLaughlin.
Ooh.
I think he gets a lot more run than people think tonight. I think because
He has to.
you just look at their roster. It's like someone's got to get run out here, and why not just go small, move maybe Ant up, and then just trying to run this team off the floor. So if I'm picking anybody, it would be him.
I'll go one of my college darlings, Nikhil Alexander Walker, aka Nah. Loved him in college.
Something that Kurt doesn't hear very often when he's swiping right. So not to be confused with Sarah McLaughlin. Tyler likes Jordan McLaughlin. Meg, do you have any player, right? Like a dark horse that might look like they're witness protection as well?
Oh my God, it's in football mode. I almost said for the Vikings. For the Timberwolves.
You are in football mode, huh?
I mean, I just always think it NFL, but no, I always stay in football mode. So I was like, oh, for the Vikings, who am I looking at here? No, for the Timberwolves. Gosh, I don't know. I was struggling with that. I was honestly going to ask you guys. Do we think how much run do we think Nathan Knight gets? Much, like barely any.
I think nothing. Like just a couple minutes to like Cat breathe, and then Cat's going back on the floor.
Okay. I didn't think it was much at all. Then I'll back one of these two guys because I really did not know as far as Minnesota value.
We getting some Matt Ryan revenge tonight, Kurt.
Matt Ryan.
Now you're really screwing with Meg. She's thinking about retired quarterbacks.
I was like, huh?
Yeah, Meg said football. I seen that name. I was like, this will get her going.
Yeah.
Dan's got a point though that Jalen Noel is questionable. If he plays at 3,300, I think that's the guy.
That's true.
Yeah, I like Jalen.
They might just tell him it's like, listen, you're kind of hurt, but we need you, and you're gonna play as many minutes as possible for these next 2 games if we need you. So just get out there.
Yeah.
Any interest in Austin Rivers tonight? He's got the.
I think I would have to go with how our guy Travis said it yesterday. I can't click that name unless I see like he's into the starting lineup or something.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be like, I'm going to be the sneaky Austin Rivers guy at 3K and watch him sit the bench the entire game.
Right.
He has had a couple random playoff games, but you just don't know if he's going to play.
That's the thing. Like, I need to know he's going to be like a starter and be on the floor, or get like a notice that he's going to see minutes.
Yeah.
All
That
right.
makes sense.
Or Noel rolled out.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Timberwolves are going to be just like the Allies in World War II. They're going to overcome without the French on their side. I can't wait to watch it tonight, Tyler. I can't wait to send you a message when they only lose by 7. What other thoughts do you have for tonight's game before we wrap up?
No, I think we touched on everything because just the second time we went over these game spreads, so there's only so much we can say about them. But I think we touched on everything. Favorite plays the under, and then I like the Hawks plus the 5, and then LA names their score, and I'll find a performance double I like in there. And I'm building us a parlay right now spread for both the games. So
okay, well, I'm sure Kurt's going to give us some content here while you build that up. Kurt, anything else that we didn't touch on? Just any random playoff thoughts you want to throw out there? That pause wasn't as good, but I think we can hear you.
Something distracting him off the side of the camera. He's looking at
Playoff thoughts?
He's like, she got here early?
I'm
That's
so hungry. I just want to go eat.
Really? Are you your reason we're doing this today is because you didn't eat?
He did say his buddy's cooking steak like off camera. He's just watching the dude's
His
house.
buddy,
steak.
his buddy, his F buddy.
Oh shit! I had a thought. Oh yeah, what's the? I keep thinking
I'm
what the random playoff song going to be. Would they play over and 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 over again? Oop, that one's ready. Nice. Yeah, so that's what I want to know. What the random playoff song's going to be. Hope it's not something too annoying because then it'll get really annoying. But I'm excited. Not going to miss tonight's games or the other playing games, or hopefully not any. So.
Yeah, I took off UPS today to make sure I was live for these games. Meg, is there any other overall playoff thoughts that you guys had? I mean, did you have thoughts on tomorrow's game? Do you think that we'll so a 7 seed, or the 7 has never lost. How long have they been doing the play now? Only 3 years though, right, Tyler?
Yeah, 3 years.
So a 7's never lost and a 10 has never won. Do either of you guys think that changes this year? We're looking ahead to tomorrow.
I do not. No, I like.
What was that? What was that stat spread?
A 7 is never lost in the first game, and a 10 is never won in the first game.
What's the Bulls seed?
That's what I was about to ask.
The Bulls
are 10. Yeah, it's gonna change tomorrow.
You think? Okay.
You think the Bulls have a better chance than the Thunder?
Yeah. I think they have a way better chance. I'm just not.
I think the Thunder have a better chance.
I don't trust the Thunder guys outside of SGA. I know Jalen Williams played well down the stretch. I think Giddey gets just wrapped up by one of them defenders on the Pelicans. Dort is about 6'3". Brandon Ingram shoots over him every time. It's just, I think they just house that team. I think the Thunder are working their way up, but they're not there yet.
I like the Thunder more to get it upset than the Bulls.
They have an exciting future for sure. Yeah.
That Bulls defense has been legit the second half of the year.
The Pat Bev effect? JC Zargo giving out the Pat
Alex
Bev?
Caruso effect.
Well, they've had Caruso all year. They didn't get good till they got Pat Bev.
He was in and out of that lineup so much. Once he was finally healthy, that defense took a giant jump.
All right. We'll talk about this one tomorrow. Maybe we'll have our scheduled guest. Who knows the way things are going this week, right, Tyler? But we're going to make it work. We're going to be here. Guys, the new time for everybody is 3 Eastern. Tyler, we have a tough choice to make now. Do we go for our words of wisdom from the locked character or from Miami Vice 2.0? Who should we go to?
Miami Vice is always way more entertaining.
You got to go Miami Vice.
You got to go Miami Vice.
All right. Kurt, we need words of wisdom before we get out of here. Oh, wait, do we need to do plays of the day?
No.
I mean, I'm trying to check this.
I'm a terrible host. What's wrong with me, Tyler?
No, you're not. You're wonderful, Spread.
Hit the thumbs up.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to say that.
I hear people saying there's disrespectful likes in here, and we only got 40 likes. Should we even get the best bets, or should we let Kurt get his words of wisdom first and see if they get that number closer to like 75, or the plays are going in the Discord?
Yeah, we like the under in both games. Class.
We get to be JT Hayes today, Spread. We'll demand our likes.
Oh, so we get to falsely accuse people of felonies?
Well, that's just you.
All right, Kurt, words of wisdom. And if the likes go up, Tyler's going to give out a parlay. If the likes do not go up, you're going to hear that smooth outro music.
I can't do it today. I keep lagging. I don't even deserve the words of wisdom tonight. So, Meg, it's
All
on
right,
you.
Meg, he tagged off to you. Let's hear it,
Oh
Meg.
my goodness gracious.
No pressure.
No pressure. Yeah, geez. Okay, words of wisdom for today. You know, it's our first play-in game. We've got a lot of playoffs ahead of us. But with that said, I think there's a lot to like on the board tonight. So yeah, I think it's just if you're a Run Pure subscriber, you know, get in the Discord. I think Tyler posts a lot of fun. You'll hear our bets, you'll read the playbook, and get in the Discord and get some fun parlays.
Look, there's no blood on that closet door, we the people.
Oh my God.
None. In fact, there's a pillow with like a real nice encouraging word on it.
Oh,
Thank you very much. Unbelievable. Tyler, do you want to give
that
out a parlay or
encouraging
no?
word is the last thing those people see before they get shoved in that closet.
What does it even say?
That's why it's there.
I can't remember what it says. It's in cursive. Do you guys even know how to write cursive at your age?
I mean, they taught me cursive when I was in like 4th grade, and they never taught me it again. Like when I sign my name, it's just scribbles.
Kurt, do you know how
I
to
get like
write
the
cursive?
first 2 letters, like the T and the H, and everything else is just a line.
So they taught us up until like I feel like up until high school, but then or they told us all in middle school like we're gonna have to use it, you're gonna have to use it, and they just never did whatsoever.
That's what they told us too, Kurt. Like you're gonna use this every day in life, and never did.
No, like why the fuck would we use that? Like looking back, why did we not just be like, are we really? No, we're fucking not, jackass. She's never did my taxes, you fucking idiots. How about that? Oh, cursive. No, he's not about the checkbook. I still don't know how to do that.
Wait,
Kurt,
what?
you even got a checkbook?
Fuck no. What do I look
Me
like?
neither.
I don't know.
We don't use checkbook spread. We're
Oh.
paperless. Young
I don't use checks either.
no,
to be very
not
honest.
anymore. No.
I use all credit cards everywhere. Tyler, did we get enough likes? Do you want to give the people something good here?
I mean,
I feel like it's the first play-in game. You
yeah,
got
it's the first playing game. I mean, we got to give them something spread. So, I guess I'll start it off. Which one do you? What do you think we should give them spread? Should we give them a side? Should we give them a parlay? Should we give them the over under? What do you think?
Beautiful.
I thought you were
Parlay.
just gonna go.
Ooh.
We're just gonna go parlay. All right, the first leg of it's gonna be